Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Macro Mondays. Today, we're going to cover what is going on. Bullish continuation, that is the title for today. And things are starting to heat up. We spoke a lot yesterday not yesterday, the previous week about the breakout. We've been bullish for a long time. We haven't ever actually been bearish. But we are seeing high prices for crypto. Bitcoin hits 123K today, which is pretty huge and expected. We spoke last week about how we're probably going to see some candles like this. This is what happens after a breakout. You see, we break out, consolidate for a bit, and then some big moves. So this is the start of the big move. 135K is my target, and this is for Bitcoin. This is for Bitcoin. We're still in the Bitcoin long from that 102K region. Haven't taken profits yet. I am personally looking at 135K for TP1 for Bitcoin. But enough about Bitcoin. A lot of the other tokens are starting to heat up, such like Solana, which hasn't taken out this high yet, but we've closed and retested above this 200-day EMA over here. So it is looking bullish, guys. We are still in that long from $147, $148. Hasn't yet to taken off, but I am assuming once we do get started, we will start to see some big moves like this. So, big moves like this can easily happen, like $100 move in a few weeks, something like that. So this is what I'm looking for Solana, come up to that price target of $260. That's what we are looking for Solana. If you want to be more defensive on this trade, if you did take with me, you can move your stop to break even or below this level over here. But for now, I'm keeping mine over there. We could come down a bit. I'm not too sure. But so far, so good. I do like that it has reclaimed the 200-day EMA and retested it. It's closed the weekend and the week above that level. So things are looking good. Ethereum is starting to break out of the up sloping or the ascending resistance over here. You can see right over here, ascending resistance. We're starting to pierce through that level. If we close today's candle at current levels or higher, I do expect continuation. I am still in this long, of course. This was the most obvious long I've seen in a while. And 3,300 is my first target. $4,000 is my second target. And $5,000 is my third target. We don't have to get too ahead of ourselves, but I am seeing a $7,000 to $10,000 Ethereum. So I'm hanging on for that hodl, if you call it. But let's see, guys. We're taking it one day at a time, 1 week at a time. But things are looking good. We're still in this long. Haven't taken any profits yet. Let's have a look at XRP. XRP is starting to move, coming in close to our TP. Our TP was $3.36. We took this trade basically, I think it was on the 9th of July or even the 8th. So we've been in this trade for not even a week now, very much up on this trade. We obviously use leverage. We're up 28% without leverage. I think we 10x this thing, so up about 200% on this XRP trade, and it is looking good. But there is another token which is starting to show some real strength, and that is SUI, guys. Of course, SUI is one of my biggest spot holdings. And this thing is starting to really move, guys. SUI is unforgiving to the bears when it does get moving. You can see there was an obvious breakout over here, closed multiple candles. We got above the important EMAs, avoided the death cross, and now we're starting to move. And it's looking extremely bullish above this $3.55. $3.55 is obviously the 50% level. Here we have the all-time highs at $5.35. all the way down to that April low where we saw $1.73 SUI. That is handing out SUI for free almost. And we do have much higher targets for SUI, of course, being that $7.57 and that $11.22. So these are the price targets we are looking for SUI. This is a breakout on the daily time frame. And if you zoom out to the weekly time frame, you can see that we are starting to break here as well. So if I go to the weekly time frame, it'll be a bit more obvious. But there we go, guys. We are getting that breakout over there. I'm going to go back to the daily time frame. It is an enormous breakout, and we are expecting continuation here. So if you aren't in that SUI trade yet, this is where I would be loading in. If we do get a pullback, which is expected, I can see there could easily be a liquidity grab at this $4.30. You can see it was this old high over there, another high over there. I'm going to make this red because it is going to be resistance. I'm going to make this green because we have now flipped this resistance into support, being above it. And this will be your buy box, guys. I'm going to make it a little bit more narrower so we can get a little bit more of a targeted entry. But if Sui comes back into that $3.55 level, this is going to be a massive, massive buying opportunity. And this could be the level for the next leg up. I wouldn't be FOMOing in now, but your trade will look something like this. We could be buying that level over there. Stop would go at that $2.80 level. Why $2.80? Well, $2.80 was that low before we started to see a lot of the volatility. Here's the volatility over there. That was the last low before that. That low is also below the 50 and 200-day EMA. So this is a very significant level over here. So you don't want to see this level get taken out. So this could be also green. This would be a level where you would be buying. Of course, the EMA is coming in this level. But this zone over here, $2.80, wouldn't want to see Sui go back below there. And then, of course, where are we taking profits? You could be taking profits at that $7.57, as we said, or that $11.22. This gives you a 5-to-1 risk to reward. And if you even just take profits at all-time high, it gives you a 2.5-to-1 risk reward, which is a little bit less than favorable. But this would be a good spot where you would move your stop to break even, but ultimately targeting $7. $7 is my TP1 for Sui. It makes the most sense here. This was the Feb high or the March high, you call it, last year. Here is the January high, the December high, this region over here. And if you extend that ascending resistance, we do get these zones over here. This is, of course, the 618 of the total range and the 1.618, and this would be the 2.618. So these are obvious areas where we could be taking profits. I'll personally be selling half of my spot Sui at $7, and I'll be holding on the rest for a little moon bag. Maybe we see an $11 Sui. And of course, you must have the ultimate moon bag for, who knows where this is going to go. Of course, I sound bullish, and I am bullish. And you guys should know why I am bullish, guys. I've been speaking about this chart for so many months now, and things are starting to play out. I remember speaking about this even down here back in March. I said, guys, do not buy crypto until we've broken out and broken above $3 trillion. And once we test $3 trillion as support, this is going to be the buy zone. And of course, we broke out here, reclaimed $3 trillion. This was the buy box, spoke about this buy box for months. If you guys filled your orders in this buy box, congratulations. This was the ultimate buy box, the ultimate buy zone. And what you can see today is that the total crypto market, obviously being carried by Bitcoin, has hit an all-time high today. Okay, guys, there's nothing bearish about all-time highs. And what I'm expecting now is for capital and stable coins to flow into altcoins. I am looking for altcoin run, guys. It makes the most sense. Could we see a retest all the way down here of that 3.46 trillion? Of course we can. We could easily see an 8% dump on the crypto market, and this would be the ultimate buy zone, guys. If we do get that pullback into this, for $3.4 trillion, this is going to be the ultimate pullback, and we'll most likely be buying that level. But guys, remember, there's nothing, absolutely nothing bearish about all-time highs, and it's extremely bullish. If we can close today's candle above this $3.72 trillion region, it's going to be extremely bullish, and things are going to erupt, guys. People forget how fast it goes up, guys. Look at this. Look at that. Okay, that's a month, 30 days straight up. So you can definitely expect this kind of magnitude. And of course, if we've started this already, we can hit $5 trillion by August, guys. This can happen. This is crypto. And this would be my upper target, guys. This is my upper target for the crypto cycle. Hopefully we do go sideways a bit so we can get a bit more prolonged cycle and we can see that upper $5 to $6 trillion region. But this is my target, guys. These are the targets, and I am expecting Bitcoin dominance to fall. We're going to go into that now. But this is total crypto market. It is a breakout today. It is bullish. And guys, what a time to be alive, guys. Portfolios are definitely up. If your portfolio is not up, I'm not sure what to do anymore. But let's go into USDT dominance, because this is extremely important. We spoke about this yesterday. I said, guys, if we can close a candle below this 4.36 trillion, there's going to be major continuation the following week. What we saw yesterday was that close below 4.36 trillion. Here we go. We closed at 4.35 trillion, a little bit below, but the fact that it is below is bullish for crypto, meaning it's very bearish for this. And the next target, guys, the next target is the range low. So the range low comes all the way at this level over here, this level below 4%. So if we come below 4%, this is where you can be taking some profits. However, what I'm seeing here, if you zoom out, is you see a descending triangle. So what you see is a descending triangle like this. And what normally happens here is we're going to see a break of this low, and then we're going to see that 2% target. And this is going to be the cycle high, in my opinion, guys. This all adds up. What we could see, though, if we do zoom in, is we could see a push into this level over here. Then we could see a little relief rally or a pullback for crypto. And then that fourth time coming into this level, first time, second time, third time, fourth time over here is going to be the breakout. And that could be our move all the way to the end there. And guys, this can take time. This can obviously take time. I am looking for the cycle to top in Q4 of this year or Q1 of next year. So here we go, guys. This would be your first touch point over here. First touch point, second touch point. This is, I'm expecting the third touch point, and then the fourth touch point of USDT dominance will lead to that breakdown into the cycle peak, the cycle top. This is where everything will be closed, and we will be enjoying the profits, guys. So this is my plan of action. A lot of people are asking what the plan is. Is it time to take profits? Is it time to do this? Is it time to do that? In my opinion, it's time to sit back and relax and enjoy the hard work that's been put in for this year so far, guys. We've been grinding for these trades. We've been grinding for these positions. We have been looking at the tokens that, we're looking for the strong tokens. And those strong tokens are likes of SUI, guys. We've spoken about SUI for ages now. It's up 14% today. It is up in the last week, in 5 days, up about 40%. This is one of our biggest holdings, guys. We've spoken about this for a long time. Another one that we really are having a look out for is Ondo. If Ondo can get above this 200-day EMA over here, then it is going to be looking really strong. If we can start to close candles above that 96 cents, 94 cents, even above $1, it's going to be looking really, really bullish for Ondo. And it's not too late to take a long on Ondo. If you guys want to take a long, if you're very conservative, you could put your stop at 62 cents there, and then obviously targeting these high levels. I personally have a target of $3 for Ondo. I think Ondo will most likely hit $3 the cycle, and this is a decent move from here, guys. That's a 226% move, and of course 226% move without leverage, guys. So if you 5x this, you could get 1,000% move here on Ondo, and very, very, very unlikely that Ondo takes out the 63-cent level. So this is a very conservative trade that is likely to play out. If you don't think we're going to hit $3, but you just think we're going to hit all-time highs, well, we can move our take profit over there, and you can see that we have a risk reward of 3.5 to 1. I'm personally going to take this trade. I would be taking this trade. I'm already in a major Ondo position. I've been, accumulating this token for a while, guys. It was bought in this level over here, bought more over here, probably bought more in the zone over here, and I'm fully locked and loaded for an Ondo move. So this is another token that, if you guys missed the Bitcoin move, if you guys missed the ETH move, if you guys missed any move, XRP move, you got it. These are the tokens that we're looking at. Something like Ondo, guys. This is a absolute sleeping giant, in my opinion, and one that is most likely going to move. What else is moving, guys? What else is moving? You can see some meme coin mania. You see Turbo over here getting a nice pump. 32%, guys. Definitely get used to these numbers going forward. If we do start to see that blow off top, it's going to be looking good. Uniswap's doing well today. Of course, Uniswap still in that bullish kind of market structure on the lower term time frame or the daily time frame over here, creating higher highs and higher lows. So what we'd like to see now for Uniswap would be some more daily candles closing above that $8 region. We get the golden cross and then much higher prices, guys. And if you are in a uni long, something like that, boom, stops would go below there. Again, 3.5 risk to reward over there. And you could easily have TP1 coming in at the 50% level over there, about $12. TP2 would be coming in at that $20 region over there. Or that could be TP3. And your TP2 would be this high over here. So this is another trading example. This bullish market structure is most likely going to continue. And we don't want to see any candles close below these important EMA. So this is another trading idea. If you guys are out of ideas or out of creativity with the current markets, then this is a good idea. I personally wouldn't be chasing a Bitcoin long because, the problem with the Bitcoin long is, if we're longing from here and we're looking for 135, our stop loss for a 3-to-1 risk reward is at $117, which is, extremely likely to happen. I do think Bitcoin could even get a pullback all the way down to this old high at some point. Will we hit 135 before? I'm not sure, guys, but there are so many opportunities at the moment and it is looking good. If you have a look at others as well, this is, of course, the total crypto market, excluding the top 10. So this is ultimately, the more shit coins, of course. I would really like to see this get above that $300 billion. Okay, so this still isn't enough for me. We haven't even broken this high over here. So when we start to see these highs get broken, this is game on. This is when it is game on. We get above here, then it will be looking good. If you look at total 3 quickly, total 3 has taken out that previous high, which is really good to see, guys. This is awesome to see for the altcoin market cap. This is, of course, excluding Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are pumping. But as long as we're holding this $910 billion level over here, 910, that is the 50% level from the highs that we saw in December all the way down to the low in April. That halfway point comes in at $910 billion. So as long as this is holding above $9.10 billion, the next target is $1 trillion. And $1 trillion is, of course, a conservative target. I do think we are going up to, 1.722 trillion for total 3. This is, of course, going to be a huge altcoin pump, which we are looking forward to, of course. And the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is what you can see here is a massive cup and handle. Okay, I'm sure you guys can see the massive cup and handle. I'm just going to take out this arc over here. So here you can see, here's your cup. Okay, here's your handle. It's very obvious. Handle over there. We have broken out, and we know that the breakout is, of course, the size of the cup. So, if we get above this level over here, if we start to break above the all-time highs, which is the next target. So things just all lead into each other, guys. So basically, the breakout target, if we hold above $910 billion, our next target is $1 trillion. And if we break above 1 trillion, the next target is 2 trillion. So things are only starting to get started now, guys. And $2 trillion makes perfect sense, in my opinion. This is obviously a massive move for the altcoin market. 100%. Here we'll most likely see like your $260 Ethereum, your $7 or $11 Sui, your $3 Ondo. This will happen when we see your total 3 rip up to that $2 trillion region. So this is the cup and handle idea, $2 trillion. 2 trillion makes a lot of sense, in my opinion. There obviously are much more bullish targets. If we take the 2017 high and the 2021 high and extend that outwards, this could also be your target. So, is it going to be 2 trillion or is it going to be 1.8 trillion? I'm not sure, but if we draw out, there we go, we could draw that line over there. This is, of course, the start of quarter 4, and this will be the end of Q1 2026, the start of April over there. So this period here looks pretty good. You know, this point will be 1.92 trillion. This will be $2 trillion. And this makes a lot of sense to take some profits off the table if we do come into this region over here. So guys, very bullish. Would I be taking profits? Absolutely not, guys. Wouldn't be taking any profits. We've worked incredibly hard for these positions to just take the profit now. We want to be riding this trend for a few months, guys. We know things can get out of hand. And we want to take advantage of the crypto market going out of hand. If you look at ETH BTC quickly, you know, I would really love to see ETH BTC trading above that 200-day EMA. That 200-day EMA lines up perfectly with this horizontal resistance over here, and that's coming at 0.026. So if ETH BTC can get above that 0.026 region, it's going to be looking so good. The perfect setup, you know, get above there, close some candles above there, then we can really take this massive ETH BTC move, something like that. Stop would go below there, and then obviously targeting much higher levels for ETH BTC. You know, the first target that comes to mind will be that macro 50% coming in at 0.052. This would be a great place to, you know, take some profits. And of course, coming into this zone over here, which is moving down every day, 0.04, 0.052. These are the two targets that there are for ETH BTC. So, you know, we're not close yet. This is not confirmed. I would like to see ETH BTC close at least 3 to 5 daily candles above 0.026 for this to happen. But guys, there's still so much opportunity and time. Remember, guys, we're having a look at Ondo and Sui. Haven't taken profits of these yet. Altcoins are most likely going to fly. But I am seeing bullish continuation. And if you guys, you know, want help taking profits and this and that, just, of course, tune into the stream. I'm going to be here. We're going to be making some bank this cycle. ETH XRP here has another 10% to our take profit. So if you are in this trade with me, 3.36, of course, big gains over here. But we will be nailing the cycle, guys. So we'll see you guys later this week. Cheers for now. Thanks for joining the stream. Bye-bye.